Well, that was a great start. It's kind of indicative of how this week has been going. Okay, we just finished week 3 here in California, and it was a tough one. We learned this week that our schools are not going to open until September. So if you didn't appreciate your teachers before this, you're probably going to appreciate them now. It's getting to everybody. I can feel it. Tensions are high. Everyone's a little bit more on edge. There's less laughter, a little bit less positivity. For me, I experience grief and anxiety and sadness, and then I go to gratitude and I go to joy, and that's all in one day. And I think that we're going to have to come to expect this seesaw of emotion on a daily basis. And the best we can do is to maybe ride out the highs a little bit longer, mitigate the time we spend on the bottom, and ultimately try to find some balance. I mean, I still say stop reading the news. Stop reading the news and remember that a lot of people are okay. I mean, I don't mean spring breakers and the people that are still attending grand masses at church. They're not okay, but it's probably not a coronavirus thing. They've got other issues. And like you, I'm doing my best to cope, and I find that I'm tapping back into my psychology training. And as I was looking into managing anxiety and managing emotions, one of the things that came up that I'd forgotten about is the 90-second rule of processing negative emotion. And it basically states that when you experience a negative emotion like grief or anxiety or sadness, there's a chemical process in your brain that happens for 90 seconds. After that, the response is up to you. Now, I know it sounds impossible and it sounds easier said than done, but consider for a moment that you may have a choice. When you read about fatalities and you know or you hear that somebody's sick and that lump that occurs in your chest, feel it, and then perhaps you can move through it. Every school of psychology agrees that repressing your emotions is a terrible idea. So for me, I often go from grief to gratitude, and then that takes me to giving. Is there someone I can help? It could be like a donation. It could be putting out something positive. It could simply be checking in on somebody. Because as we know, the psychological implications of this are going to be huge. The more we can take care of each other, the better off we're all going to be for it. I read the other day about a story about how 2 elderly people declined the use of ventilators so younger people could get them, and it broke me down. And after the 90 seconds of the pain and the sadness, I chose to look at the beauty of it. And it helped. Even if it means you're being a little bit delusional at the moment and that's what gets you through, so be it. And I've been thinking about how to stay up higher. And I think identifying the things that are absolutely critical for you is important. I mean, look, we've been stripped down to our bare essentials, right? Food, shelter, and clothing. And of course, the internet. What does your spirit actually need to stay up? For me, I know it's music. I need some time and space to create, and I need to exercise. So if I have a day in which I can check all 3 of those boxes, that's a pretty good day. And at this point, we're all going day by day through this. So I think my plan going into week 4 is going to be expect the seesaw, attend and befriend the negative emotions, see what's going to take you up, and when you're up, see if you can bring somebody else with you. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay sane. Cheers.